of this mainstream media. We have to get the real good information. We got to get that because they're hiding it from us.
It's time to resurrect our minds.
Hey, hey. Welcome to season 2, episode, I believe 3 of Unfiltered with BC Wright. Where are you? Where are you coming from? Let me go ahead and turn this thing off, this little device right here. Welcome, guys. I see you. Good morning, Tish. Good morning, Jackie. Good morning. I can't even pronounce what that is, but welcome. We're glad to have you here. You guys, welcome, welcome. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Y'all, it's cold outside. It's cold outside. Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, Charlie. Charlie, great episode. If you guys are not tuning into The Gathering, which is every Tuesday at 8 p.m., make sure you guys are doing that. We've got Charlie Green is on there. Avril is on there. Dr. Rox. Hey, Michael Langford. Dr. Rox is on there. As well as, I can't remember the young lady's name. Post it for me, Charlie. And if you want, post the information. But you guys, we got 20 or 30 minutes together. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. First, I want to welcome you guys on all. Hey, Sister Nita. I want to welcome you guys on all of our platforms. Guys, first of all, let's do this. Are you seeing me clearly? Last week, we were streaming to my website, as well as streaming. Rachel King, thank you. We were streaming to my website as well as to the other platforms. And apparently there was some type of interference going on. So before I go any further, let me know that you all can see me clearly so I can get this together. So are you saying, Tish, you cannot see me clearly? I don't know what the nope was. Somebody give me a full sentence. Okay, so you guys, welcome on the platforms. We are on Facebook today. We are on, we're not on Instagram today. We are on YouTube. Those are the staples. She says she cannot. Anyone else? You're clear, but the video is a bit choppy. Y'all, this internet thing. Y'all give me a second. Hopefully it does not pop off. I'm going to try. Okay. So I had to move to another internet source. Let me know if it's, oh, Nita, you see me clearly. Let me know if you guys see me clearly now. Let me know. Let me know. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I can see you clearly on YouTube. Charlie, thank you. Is the video choppy for you all? But it's not that bad. There's a stutter in the feed, but it's not that bad. Okay, and it's still not as clear. That is annoying me, y'all. Okay, I need to get this fixed. I'm on Xfinity, and normally it's pretty fast, but I want to make sure that I'm bringing you guys an excellent production. So we're going to get that fixed before the next episode. Was it clear before? Okay, Marguerite, thank you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the email you sent. She said it wasn't as clear as before. I switched it back to the other network. I'm going to get this fixed, but in the meantime, we don't have that much time, so let's jump into today in history, and maybe I will slow down to the feed so y'all can hear me. Do y'all know what today is? Today is January 26th of 2022, and it went back and, oh, okay. You guys, I'm gonna see if I can talk through this. Charlie is saying it's not too bad at YouTube for you. I almost feel like I should restart the whole thing because I want you guys to get this information I have today, to be honest with you. Today in history. So today in history, did you guys know that today in history, Michigan actually became the 26th state? So Michigan became the 26th state in the union today. I see you, Michael Langford. Rest in peace for Kobe Bryant, talking about today in history. In addition to that, guys, did you all know in recent history that we just had another earthquake in Haiti? Haiti cannot catch a break. There's another earthquake there yesterday. Actually, it was about 21 hours ago, not even 24 hours ago, in the southern part of Haiti. So far, 2 people are dead. The homes have been damaged. You all continue to pray for Haiti. They continue to get hit by earthquakes. Guys, we talked about the fact that the weather is going to be crazy and that there's going to be more earthquakes. Did you all know that there was a tsunami warning for California last week after that major volcano exploded in the middle of the sea, causing that tsunami and all the damage over there? So y'all just pay attention and be careful out there. So that being said, we're going to jump over to our living room and have a quick chat. Good morning, Mom. Y'all, let me ask you something. This is the did you know section. And my sister sent this to me yesterday. And we already know that there are a lot of things in place where if you're not vaccinated, you can't go to certain restaurants. Of course, if you're not vaccinated, you can't go to certain countries. There are certain healthcare companies that are raising the rates for you if you're not vaccinated. But what about this? What are your thoughts on this? Recently, it was reported that a man, they're refusing to give him a heart transplant because he's not vaccinated against COVID. These are all the different articles that were posted about this in the last 24 hours. The Boston patient removed from the heart transplant list for being unvaccinated. So he's being denied this heart transplant surgery. And I want you guys to tell me what you think about that. Do you feel like if people are not vaccinated, that they should be taken off of transplant lists? Is that something that we should be doing over vaccine status? And I guess the interesting part is a lot of these people have been on these transplant lists well before COVID. So the question becomes, is that okay? Or do you all feel like that's just another way to make people get vaccinated? Or there's other sides to this? Because your side to this could be, well, it's a way to protect the healthcare workers, or they feel like you're not going to live that long anyway, which I think is kind of crazy considering just everything that we know and everything that we don't know. Tiffany says, absolutely not. But I wanted you guys to know, because there are some people here who, especially in my community, a lot of people have diabetes and they're waiting for kidney transplants. So if you have loved ones who are on a transplant list for any type of organ, just understand that they may be in jeopardy of getting that if they're not vaccinated. Of course, that decision to get vaccinated is every individual's decision. I don't believe in vaccination discrimination. I also don't believe in asking people HIPAA questions, but that's a whole nother conversation. So that is what you need to know on today. But speaking of transplants, let's jump over into implants. For today's show, guys, we're going to be talking about digital telepathy, microchipping, and the Internet of Bodies. Guys, technology can be a great thing, and the way it's been used, guys, has made our world better in so many different ways. But does anybody know what digital telepathy actually is? And let me say this. Let me go ahead. I want to make sure that you guys are seeing what some of the people are saying. So let's do this. I want to show this. A family friend had her primary physician decline to treat her because she was vaccinated or because she was unvaccinated, Trina. I've got to know the answer to that, because it is okay. So, and then we've got Michael Langford. If he got a new heart, then contracted COVID and died, it was a waste of a heart. I don't know why he wouldn't just get vaxxed, being that he is higher risk. That's also a good point. So I'm curious to know if the family doctor decided they're not treating vaccinated people. And the reason is because the discrimination goes both ways. You have some Texas restaurants, they won't let you in if you're wearing a mask because they said they don't want to create that kind of environment. They don't want to be in an environment of fear. So even if you have a compromised person at home and that's the reason you're wearing a mask, they don't want you in their restaurants. So I'm curious to know if you're saying, Katrina, that a doctor is refusing to treat people who was not vaccinated. Okay, gotcha. Refusing to treat people who are not vaccinated. And to each his own, because there are other doctors out there who will treat you. However, the whole heart transplant thing, that to me takes it to another level. Now let's get into the show. We're talking about digital telepath. What does that mean? Does anybody understand what that means? I'm not going to make you guess for too long, because I'm going to go ahead and put it on the screen, because we don't have enough time in the day really to go over like guessing what that is, because most of us aren't going to guess. But here's a tweet that Pop Crave put up about Elon Musk. Elon Musk has a brain machine interface company called Neuralink, and we're going to talk about that today. And currently they are looking for clinical trials, people who want to get these chips installed in their brain, these implants in their brain, because what it's going to be able to do is make it so that a person can replay their memories and potentially download them into a new body or into a robot body. Let's take a look. And there's two different clips we're going to take a look at on this one.
The ability to telepathically communicate with others and enhance your mental function is a promise that is definitely one of Elon Musk's most attractive. Many were left with their jaws open when it was first announced, and there are still many people who doubt it. And now it seems more mouths will be agape as Elon Musk just revealed the Neuralink update for 2022.
And let's take a look at what that update is and what all these Neuralink implants can do. They've already been tested on pigs and monkeys. Like there's a monkey drinking a smoothie out of a machine. Like they've already been making the smoothie and drinking it in the machine. They've already been tested on animals, and it's recently been approved for human use. Let's talk about what these implants can do and what outside of the digital telepathy, which we'll talk about in a second. But the consequences it has for people.
Vacation in a small village in France, but don't speak a word of French. Imagine if you could download a program into your brain and converse with locals. And what if you could later remember that trip in perfect detail?
In the future, you will be able to save and replay memories. This is obviously sounding increasingly like a Black Mirror episode.
Elon Musk says you will even be able to store your memories as a backup and then download them into a robot body. It sounds like science fiction, but Neuralink believes it could make that happen one day with this chip. It's a brain-machine interface, or BMI, a device that connects your brain to a computer. But before chasing these superhuman goals, Neuralink is focused on one thing: ending human suffering. All of our senses, sight, hearing, touch, smell, taste, are electrical signals sent by neurons to our brain. But sometimes the signals are not wired correctly. Neuralink wants to rewire the circuit so that the paralyzed walk, the blind see, the deaf hear, as well as treat other neurological disorders such as depression, insomnia, Alzheimer's. The battery lasts a full day and can be charged inductively as you sleep, possibly by wearing a nightcap, according to Musk, although it may not look exactly like this one. The prototype is different than 2019's. That one required an external earpiece, whereas the latest version involves just the chip sitting in the skull.
It's kind of like a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires.
The wires, or threads, are 10 times thinner than human hair and represent electrodes. The electrodes figure out what's happening in the brain by reading the signals sent by the neurons and then stimulating as many neurons as possible.
Okay, so that is what the microchip is designed to do. And it's interesting that he mentioned this is starting to sound like an episode of Black Mirror. And I've never seen Black Mirror, but apparently a lot of the stuff that we're seeing in the movies is actually coming to life, and you're actually able to see it happening and manifesting. So, what are your thoughts on this? I can tell you this: when we're looking at things like this technology, there's two sides of it. There's the side of it that says it's risky and dangerous and can be abused and unregulated. But then there's the other side that says, what if this is the type of technology that can help someone who has Alzheimer's? They're talking about being able to take this technology, attach it to someone's brain, right? And make it so that someone who may have not had use of their limbs is able to walk. So what about that? So tell me what your thoughts are. Now he's starting these clinical trials, and I'm letting you guys know so that you know that this technology exists. And whether you're for or against it, you need to know what's out there and what's coming. My thing is the digital telepathy part of it. The digital telepathy part of it has to do with being able to implant these chips or microbes into your brain, and I can look at my computer and think something, and the screen will change. Okay. So remember we talked about Facebook and the metaverse before, and how they were going to be, how you're going to be able to move things with your thoughts and change sceneries with your thoughts. This is how they're tracking your thoughts, but it's like having this internet in your head. So I want you guys to pay attention. Michael Langford says Elon is playing God. Telepathy isn't real. And so that's an interesting concept. Like, but is he also, there's also an argument to be made that he's playing God with this technology, period, because you're making people who couldn't walk before walk. So you have to look at it that way too. But let's jump on to the next subject. I want to talk to you guys for a quick second about microchipping. We just talked about some of the things that are happening with the vaccinated. Of course, we just talked about that. But did you all know that in Sweden, it's a thing that they're getting microchipped? They've been doing it for years, but they're also now using that microchipping as a vaccine passport card? And how would you feel about something like that coming to the US? Let's take a watch.
Implants are a very versatile technology that can be used for many different things. And right now it's very convenient to have a COVID passport always accessible on your implant.
So let's talk about these microchipping and implants. And I want to jump over to the screen really quick so you guys can see this. It's a thing. Sweden has been attaching these vaccine passports under the skin of those who are willing to get the implant. But this isn't just the thing that you need to do over there. Let's talk about over here. What's happened. Over the past several years, you guys, how are we doing now? Okay, it looks like it's back. So if you guys will look at the map behind me, what you'll be able to see is that there's issues with that in the United States. And I want you to pay attention to the different states that are on this map right here. The different states on this map. Those states have enacted some form of regulation when it comes to microchipping, because what happened is in Wisconsin, they had this company that was putting microchips inside of their employees. So they'd use it so they can get in the building, so they know where they were in the building, so they could clock their time, but then they know where you are when you're off work too. So that is a thing that I want you guys to be aware of and to pay attention to when it comes to microchipping, and just stay woke. So the last thing I want to talk to you guys about with this advancement in technology is this concept called Internet of Bodies. Okay. This thing is, hold on one second. I got a sign that I was okay, but then I just got another text message that said I'm not. I want to talk about Internet of Bodies, and I'm going to plug up a different microphone while you guys watch this video, because this is a concept I had not heard of. So I want you all to be woke and pay attention.
Devices, as well as all the data that the devices are gathering about you. And in healthcare, it's Internet of Bodies has been around for quite a while. With the advent of the internet, it makes a lot of sense to connect your pacemaker to the internet so that your doctor can be automatically notified if something weird happens, if there's an anomaly. It's natural in a lot of ways to want to understand more about your body, how it functions, how well it's doing.
IOB devices could revolutionize healthcare. Unprecedented amounts of personal health data could inform treatment plans that are completely tailored to a patient's needs.
There are pills now that have an electronic sensor that let a healthcare provider know whether you have taken the medication. Other things like precision medicine. So precision medicine is the idea of creating pharmaceuticals or treatment like specifically for your body, for your personalized treatment. And I think IOB could really help with that, because nowadays a lot of healthcare is based more on, average reactions, whereas with data from IOB devices, you might be able to really more precisely treat a certain disease.
But the Internet of Bodies won't be a cure-all. In fact, the largely unregulated market poses risks to the uniquely sensitive data these devices collect.
First of all, there's the cyber risk of an actor potentially hacking into the system, whatever it might be. There's the privacy risk of all this data that's being collected, and the regulations about that data are really murky at the moment. And so there's not a lot of clarity into who owns the data, what happens to it, who it gets sold to, how it's being used. And there's even potentially national security and global security risks.
So what you all just experienced was something that was new to me, was this thing with the Internet of Bodies. I was actually reading up and learning about the Great Reset. And somewhere in the Great Reset, someone was talking about the Internet of Bodies, not just the portion where people are talking about where it says you'll own nothing and be happy, but they were talking about the Internet of Bodies. And I was like, what? And so I wanted to pay attention to this because I'm not sure how I feel about a chip being in my pill that's attached to the internet so that the doctor knows whether you took your pills or not. And I could see some use cases for Alzheimer's people where a child may want to monitor a parent, or even maybe vice versa, but I'm not a fan of it. But did you all know that the Internet of Bodies includes devices like your wristwatch? So when she was talking about the fact that there are security risks associated with this technology, what happened was that there were opposing forces in another country were able to track our military based on their Apple Watches and based on their Fitbits, because remember, we connect those things to the internet, and then the internet stores that data. And so that's how they were able to track them. So when you take this body of information together, along with the pills that you take, the nanobites that they're going to be putting into people to help fight cancer and other diseases, yes, that's coming. That is a thing. As a matter of fact, let me jump down here and share that with you all. It becomes like we're attached to the internet, and every single move that you make is watched. And Michael's right. Privacy is a relic of the past. This is all about control. They want to know every single thing. So let's take a look at this. Researchers are getting closer to making medical robots that can swim in your bloodstream. That's the nanotechnology, so that they can monitor it at all times. Now they're saying that these nanorobots have the ability to attack cancer and to cure different blood defects, but at what cost? I guess that's the question we have to ask, at what cost? And each person has to make that decision for themselves. And of course, another article by Euronews actually tells us nanotechnology is revolution. It's already here. We just had not noticed it. So you guys, we're back in the living room and we can have like this conversation regarding all of the technology that's coming and how connected or disconnected do you feel to it? Yes, I understand, there's going to be some health things. Okay. Oh, here it is. I want to read this to you guys. Marguerite says it's true. My brother-in-law had to remove his Apple Watch before deployment because of the tracking ability. Amen. And so here's the thing. All of the technology is great, but the question becomes, when it comes to having nanobots injected into your body that can track you at all times, how do you feel about that? When it comes to having brain implants that make it so you're supposed to be able to think and then something on the internet will happen, how do you control who hears what thought? Sometimes our minds can get a little bit crazy and run all over the place. And then even when it comes to the microchipping, we've already got laws that are coming into place we're being preemptive over here about employers being able to microchip their employees, right? So we're being preemptive about that. The question becomes, were you even aware of it? And is that something that you would be willing to do? Because everyone has to make their choices. They have people lining up in Sweden to get it. They make their payments with their microchips. They're able to identify themselves. They don't have to carry passports. Half of them don't carry a purse anymore because they embrace the technology. But you have to decide, are you a proponent of privacy or you're a proponent of progress? And there's got to be a balance between the two. So thank you guys so much. I see the Urban Philosopher is on. They can track everything and buy stuff with a wave of an arm. Crazy. That is exactly what they're doing in Sweden for those people who have chosen it. I'm sure it's other places that are happening too. Tanisha Go Getter Jackson says, but then again, I wouldn't be surprised if they were the last to switch over. If who was the last to switch over? Let me tell you that. So, that's it. It started with microchipping your pet. Just like these brain implants started with pigs and monkeys. Elon Musk did an entire demonstration with the pig and showed how they had hundreds of different nodes in the pig's brain, right? That was able to pick up everything the pig did. So I'm okay with typing Google on my screen, I don't have to think it to change it. So that being the case, guys, let's get to the giveaway. So listen, today is Wednesday and the time is 9:37, and we are doing a great job staying within the timelines that we prescribed for ourselves. We are right on time because the show has to be over at 9:41. So you guys ready for a giveaway? Let's get to it. You all know what to do. I have here a blank Unfiltered BC Wright card that I'm going to write a number on. Hold on. I got to go into the desk for y'all because y'all slick. Okay, so I'm going to write this number on here and we're going to get started. You know how it works. If you're new to the show, welcome. We give away $100 or more every single week here on Unfiltered because we have a call in our life to give. So what I want you guys to do is type in the box the numbers 1 through 100, and the closest winner will receive the gift. And actually, I might even look for an exact number. We'll see what happens. All right, let's go. Okay. Let me see. We do not have a winner. I want to try one more time. We do not have a winner. I want to see if you guys can guess the exact number. So I'm going to give you one more try. Do not put the same number that you already put. All right, let's go. Okay, I realize this. Hey, Anthony Maurice, welcome. I realize that some of y'all are a little bit late today, or let me try this catch here. I realize that some of y'all are a little bit late today for your next opinion, Mr. Busy. Trying to see what other people say. But you know what? Right here. I switched over to my Yeti. Let me see if y'all can hear that now. Is that a little better? Okay, can't hear you. Hi, Rose. I hear you say, okay, you said I'm choppy. Am I still choppy right now? The problem is there's a delay, so I can't really tell. Charlie said I'm better. Better. I can hear you now. Okay, because I know that y'all definitely want to hear this part. Y'all tell me something. I did not say you won, Tiffany. You're reading lips. I did not say you won. Okay, so listen to this. Guys, the winner is the person who is closest to this number right here, which is 30. So I believe that is going to be our sister Tish Mills. Congratulations. You are finally the winner on Unfiltered with BC Wright. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. We are now 1 minute over, so I'm going to let you guys go. We are going to do some tests this week, guys, to make sure that this audio and video thing is fixed. I don't know what's going on with my internet. I'm going to call Comcast out. When I do that, it'll say test, and I invite you guys to hop on and help me get this right before next week. Love you guys, and until next time, be blessed and stay woke. So talk to me a little bit about this crime wave that's happening in Atlanta, and what are your plans to do something about it?
You cannot feed on this mainstream media. We have to get the real good information. We got to get that because they're hiding information.
Family, it's time to resurrect our minds.